What is up, everybody? You know, I always start this show off by showing love to those companies that help make this podcast possible. Guys, first and foremost is my friends over at COMPANYCAM. Guys, COMPANYCAM, I've been partnered with them for a long time, and they have grown so much. It's crazy. I have used COMPANYCAM at every single company that I've managed. Well, not every, but most of the companies that I've managed. This is an invaluable tool that I cannot stress enough. If you are running, managing, owning a service trade business, you need to check out COMPANYCAM. We are going to go through all of this, the things that they offer. You see here on the top of the screen: photo, video capture, document without limits, gain shared understanding, annotations. You're going to be able to mark every little thing wherever you want the attention to detail to be, to let whoever's coming out, whether it's the install team, the sales guy, the manager, the service guy, whatever it is. You're going to have galleries and timelines to be able to have these. Nowadays, if you are not using before and after pictures to show your customer, I don't know what's wrong with you. We have these cameras, portable devices in our hands every day. Use them to benefit you, build value with the customers before and after you clean something, after you change a part. Show that customer so it's right there with you. You're building that transparency, and they know that you're doing honest and fair work. Use these galleries and timelines to be able to send that to your customer. A project feed to be able to slowly, on our side, look up every single job that you need to look at, where it's going to be time-stamped, geotagged. You're going to know exactly who took that photo, when they took that photo. It gives you all those details on the back end. You have in-app communication. Talk to each other. Have your sales guys talk to your install team, your install lead, talk to the installers, the install manager, talk to the install lead. It's endless as far as who can communicate. Tags and labels to be able to make this an active job, a closed job, a new install, a service job, whatever it is, it's built inside of here, whether it's the customer's name, it's a bid, it's complete, it's unfinished, it's warranty. It is so easy to tag and to be able to go through and find the jobs you need to find. Last but not least, it has pages. All right. This is something new where you can have different pages for different teams. Your installers see one thing, your service guys see another. You can make it so it's separate. And guys, they're adding new stuff. I haven't even incorporated pages left, but I think this is absolutely amazing though. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're running a business, like I said in the beginning, you're managing a business, please go check out COMPANYCAM. It is an invaluable tool. I don't care what CRM you're using. These CRMs are trying to do a whole bunch of things, and they're good at invoicing, collecting payment, that kind of stuff. COMPANYCAM, they are good at photo, video documentation and presenting that to the customer. That is their bread and butter. That's what they do, and nobody does it better than them, and that is a fact. Anybody can argue with me and tell me they found another one, and I'll tell you you're wrong. Nobody does it better than COMPANYCAM. So guys, give them a try. The link is going to be down in the show notes, down in the description. If you go to www.compancam.com/HVAC Uncensored, they're going to give you a free trial for 14 days. Try it out for free. And if you like it, they're going to give you 50% off your first 2 months. So go check out those show notes in the description. Next is, yes, my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Guys, you know I love Yellow Jacket. They're made right here in the US of A. Now it means more than ever, but it's always meant something to me. Maybe it doesn't mean something to you, but something being made in the United States means something to me. And that's one of the things that I've always loved about Yellow Jacket. Guys, they have a bunch of new tools out that I want everybody to check out. Like I always told you, I will never, ever tell you what to buy, ever. You can go back for the 8, 9, 10 years I've been podcasting. You'll never hear me say, go buy this. All I say is if you're looking to spend your hard-earned money and you want to try something new, give my friends over at Yellow Jacket a try. I am currently using all Yellow Jacket products as I've been out in the field. And I've used a bunch of these on this screen. I've been using the Titan Max digital manifold solely. I've been loving the experience. I've been beating up this thing, using it between different refrigerants, whether it's R22, whether it's R410, R32, or R454B. I've been using it between all of them, and everything has worked. Their combustion analyzer, I know we're not really worried about that because it's summertime. If you're out there checking static pressure, gas pressure. You have their Y-Jack Mano, their wireless dual port manometer. I have one of these turbo recoveries. Actually have one of my install teams using this. They absolutely love it. And then I am also using these wireless. I actually have the one right here, the Y-Jack charging air kit. I use this when I walk up on a unit and I have to check it out, going back behind, making sure a system's okay. And I don't want to pull out the manifold. This is what I'm using every single time in conjunction with the Y-Jack amp current probe. That way I have all this information I need right there on the screen. I can do the efficiency of the system, pop it up and show the customer, hey, this is working. It's doing you're getting exactly what you paid for. It gives me all the information I need at my fingertips. Guys, so once again, have this. You're looking to spend some money going into the summer. You're looking to upgrade a tool, try something different. Something's broken. Go give my friends over at Yellow Jacket a try. I always say buy local. I rather see you guys buy local. I just think it's better to buy local, but obviously now that Yellow Jacket is on True Tech Tools, another one of the show sponsors, you can go to True Tech Tools. I want to make this clear. It's something I didn't even know that happened, but I understand. You can use the discount code Uncensored, but it is now 6% off, not 8%. So all discount codes, not just mine, anybody who has a discount code that was 8% is now 6%. So you're pretty much getting the sales tax for free. And to answer my main man, Mr. Jason Johnson, in the chat right now, I have one of the Ys to test out. They will be available soon. And I also have your pipe clamp, my man. So let's get on to the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil Cavey Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. I'm your host, Gil Cavey Jr. Here we are on a Saturday. Yes, it is a Saturday, but thank all of you for being here, man. I see a bunch of people in the chat. I knew you guys would be here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Mr. Nasty, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. Mr. Neil C. Vids, Freon Leon, what is up, my brother? Thank you for being here. Rookie, what is up, my man? Let's see. Who did I miss? I know Mr. Jason Johnson in here. My moderators, my brothers from another mother. I know Mr. Froggy. Thank you for being here, man. Make sure I don't miss anyone. I know if anybody else comes in or if I missed you, I apologize. But thank you guys for being here, man. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you like the shirt. Fathers Matter. I saw this shirt on a guy that I watch on YouTube, Officer Tatum. I watch his videos sometimes, and I absolutely love this shirt. So I had to get it, and I'm wearing this tomorrow, but I figured it would be cool to wear tonight for the podcast. So I figured, what the hell? And it works. I trim. Yeah, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about in the chat, so I'm just going to let that rock. But it is good to see everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. Guys, I've been working my balls off, man. Probably the only person that I've been communicating really with is probably Rookie, Scott. So you guys know the opportunity, the business that I am, running and working in now, and trying to build that foundation. And I didn't go there that soon before summer. I didn't have a lot of time to be able to lay that foundation. So I've been having to get out and about because we've made some awesome additions. We have some good people that we've added to the team, but it's also bringing everybody together and showing them exactly how I want things done. not to toot my own horn, but I've done this before. I know what works, and I know the quality of work that I want us to provide, and I will lower the bar for no one. That's just kind of a mentality I've always had. You raise the bar and you lower for no one. You start lowering it for people, and that's when your standards go down. So I've had to be out there being like, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is how I want this done. And, I'm making those sacrifices now to pay, so I don't have to do it in the future. And to be honest, I'm actually loving getting my hands dirty, getting out and getting my hands on equipment, testing some of these things out. Obviously, I don't want to have to do it at the scale that I'm doing right now, but been sweating in some attics, definitely getting back into that vibe. I don't want to have to do that every day. Let's be honest, but I am having a good time doing it and just building that camaraderie and connection with the team. So, yeah, man, I've been leaving my house at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I have not been getting home until like 8:30, 9 o'clock sometimes. So, apologize. I meant to podcast last Friday and tried to move it. Ended up being at a job. We had a hiccup happen, and I didn't get home until probably 10:30 last Friday. So ended up skipping a week, which I apologize. I do not like skipping the podcast. I really don't. You guys know that. These podcasts are like my therapy every week. I enjoy them. I love doing them. I love seeing everybody in the chat. Most of you are my friends, really, really good friends for that matter. And yeah, so couldn't do it last night. To be honest, this week kicked my ass. I was in the field pretty much every day, working late. And I came home last night, hung out with my daughters for a little bit, hung out with my mom, and then passed the fuck out. So that's what happened there. What are we talking about? Baltimore discount. Huh? You talking trash in here already? It's all right. I wouldn't expect any different. How has everybody been doing, man? How have you guys been doing? You guys busy? I know a lot of you are in, Texas, California, different places that are hotter than holy hell. I mean, it's in the 90s in Maryland and people are going to lose their fucking minds. So I can imagine how hot it is in some of the places that you guys are. But yeah, it's been crazy here, man. And it's just now getting hot and we're in the middle of June. Oh, my shirt. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yes, fathers matter. Okay. I'm a father of 4. I'm technically a single father right now, going through a hard time. And you can kiss my fucking ass, Scott. Just kidding. But yes, definitely. Busier than John Holmes with 2 peckers. You got it, man. But it's a good thing, man. Our marketing has been amazing. We have more calls than we can handle. And when has that ever been a fucking problem in business? It isn't. I'm very fortunate that I have 2 amazing partners in the business, Roy and Brian. And it's awesome. I think that we are going to blow this thing out of the water. And I'm super, super excited about this. And yeah, it's been a good time, man. Like it is trying to grind now to put it in. I wish that I would have, found the opportunity a little sooner, but it is what it is. You can't control that kind of stuff. But yeah, I wish that some of the things I'm doing now could have been like March, but what are you going to do? It's the way the cookie crumbles. That's who says that? I forget what movie that's from. I think Jim Carrey says that in some kind of movie. But yeah, it's been a good time, man. I know you're probably busy, Jay. How about you, Rook? You guys out there, you've been busy, been crazy, already into that summer kicking ass. I don't know why one of these sound effects thing is. Okay. Liar, liar. That's what it was. You got it. Yes, that is what it is. Who is slow? Who said they're slow? Nasty, you're more than welcome, bro. Come on. Hey, for that matter, anybody in the Baltimore, DC metro area that is looking that you don't like where you work, hit me up, man. Come see me. I'm hiring people right now. I have more work than we can handle, and we're buying vans, brand new vans, as fast as we possibly can. All hands on deck, and I have enough work to keep going even into the slow season. Um, we have 3 install teams right now. When I got here, there was 1 install team and technically really 1 service tech. There was 3, but 2 of them had to. So now there's 4 and then 3 install teams, and they're rocking and rolling. Rouse, what is up, my man? Jay, for you, come on, bro. I'll give you $75 an hour in a heartbeat. And telecommute. You going to be the tech support? I know I had a funny. I'll actually get into the show topic, but and the show topic came from actually a meeting that I had with the team, and I just thought it would make a good video topic. So we can get into that here in a second, but been having a few issues, man. Like we had a brand new fucking carrier system that we installed. So 2 situations that I want you guys to know that, just to hear about. One of them is just an asshole customer, and I hope they're fucking watching this, to be honest. The team did a flawless job on the install. I mean, the install looked beautiful. It was a carrier performance system the customer went with. It's a horizontal system in the attic, and it has a hot water coil that's connected to the boiler. The main reason I went out there is because the helper of the install crew, when he was taking things out, really wasn't paying attention. So when the power was off, he just ripped off the relays that were taking care of, turning the zone valve downstairs to be able to, put the hot water in the boiler. So I ended up going out there to be able to do that wiring because it was easier than trying to explain to them over the phone. Got this thing working. Everything looks amazing. They rewrapped part of the ductwork because the new unit was a little bit shorter. It's in a hot attic. Obviously, if you don't, it's going to sweat, yada, yada, yada. So the guys did an amazing job. They really did. It was all clean, a brand new drain pan. I mean, job was looking flawless. And then the customer starts bitching about, so let me rephrase this. I had to go out another day to do the wiring. I couldn't make it out the day of the install. So let me preface that. The customer withheld half of the payment over some relays. I go out there, wire it up, a 9340 relay, bam, it was really, really easy to wire it. Wasn't bad at all. Get the heat working. Customer says the outdoor unit's making a noise, and it's in the master bathroom. I can't sleep at night. This is driving me crazy. I'm like, okay, let me hear this noise. Nothing. I hear nothing. Like, okay, ma'am, I don't hear the noise. And you can tell the husband thinks his wife's a fucking lunatic, but he doesn't have any balls, so he doesn't say anything. I get it. You know what? I get it. He can't be making his wife look dumb, so he just, tucks his balls in her purse and keeps his mouth shut. But, yeah, anyway, long story short, this unit is not, it's the compressor making a hum. It's nothing that we've never heard before. And this damn lady wanted me to get Carrier to come out. So now Carrier's giving me a new outdoor unit. And if that doesn't work, they have to make a site visit. Whole fucking headache. And then we had another Carrier unit that was brand new. The guys thought it was the compressor, which based on what he told me over the phone, I mean, it sounded like the compressor, but come to find out it was the damn reversing valve was getting stuck on a brand new unit. So I had to give it the old tink, 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 tink. Taking the O wire on and off to get that thing to jam open and close. Problem solved. But that's probably going to have to get replaced as well. Yeah, well, Jay, to be honest, I wish their Resi stuff was using R32 because R54B sucks. And to be honest, Carrier, I do like their equipment, but what they're doing with R454B is fucking bullshit. And I got to be careful what I say because we're factory authorized dealers. But the prices they're charging for that refrigerant is fucking astronomical, and it's bullshit, to be quite honest. They are overcharging, they're gouging people on it, and it's just not a damn thing I can do about it right now because we have installs, we have equipment to put in. So what are you going to do? But when the time comes, when this shit all clears, the dust clears and the refrigerant's back to normal, decisions are going to be made. That's all I'm going to say, because it's bullshit what they're doing. And I wish Mr. Zeke was in here because I know he has the same issue like everybody else where we can't get the refrigerant. We can't get 454B, which we already talked about in the past show. But he's still paying the normal price. He can't get it as often, but when he buys it, he's still paying the normal, $500-600 a jug or whatever it is, not like $1,100-1,200 that I'm being charged. It's crazy, but you have to buy it through the brand that you're selling or they won't sell it to you, which I get it. These manufacturers are only going to sell that refrigerant to the people who are selling their equipment. Makes sense. But jacking the price up that is fucking bullshit, though. It can't. Yeah, no, that was going to be the next thing I was going to do with the magnet, Jay. But I literally I didn't think it was going to work, to be honest. The last ditch effort doing the ding, 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 getting it to open and close, I really didn't think it was going to work. And it did. So that customer was absolutely amazing. And she was awesome, texted in saying, hey, everybody that I've met from you guys has been absolutely amazing. You've been, transparent regardless of what happened. Like, me being as an older woman who lives by myself, like I know that you guys got my back and all this kind of stuff. So absolutely awesome hearing that from customers. That's what you want to hear. And that just helps out after dealing with the fucking lunatic with the mysterious sound. It's all right, Brian. What's up, Brian? I see you in here now, buddy. Sorry if I missed you earlier. So Brian says, added to the broadcast, not a service manager, was on the phone all day with 2 different techs. It's all good, man. Before I was ever in management, I was still helping people. But I'm glad that you said that because that's going to go into today's topic. All right. I don't even know what that means, Rook. Bill likes to dink-a-tink, ting, dink-a-ting. Really, Jay? I mean, so you just haven't worked on one or you haven't seen one? I thought they had I thought they had a lot of heat pumps in Texas. Yeah, no, Brian, I like R32 as well. I really wish that we went from 410 to R32. I wish that that's what we went to and there wasn't this, blah, blah bullshit. Well, yeah, no, I know that. And I know you haven't touched one, but but they still have them in your area, correct? You just haven't worked on them, like physically touch one. That's what you mean by it. A chiller heat pump. I figured heat pumps would be big there because, I mean, most parts of Texas don't really get like cold winters. So you figured heat pump would be, yes, in Resi. Oh, okay, got you. So, guys, I'd love to get your thoughts on the topic for tonight is what do you think is holding back HVAC techs today or just holding back HVAC techs in general? And the conversation that I had with my team was, and I'm going to give you my answer and I'll elaborate, but the number one thing that is holding technicians back, and I don't care if you're in residential, commercial, industrial, I don't care what it is your pride. Guys, too many people, they don't want to ask a question in front of people because they're like, oh, I should know that. It's, oh, I don't call tech support. Who gives a shit, man? Like, who cares? People, and this is one of the things that I see is different in the women techs. Laziness is definitely there, Leon. I'm not going to lie. Laziness is definitely there. But it is that self-pride, thinking that you need to be better than you are. You can never stop learning in this industry, ever. And the other thing is, like, yes, I've been doing this 25 years, but guess what that means? Nothing. I could have been doing things wrong for 25 years. So, yes, a lot of people that have been doing it for a long time, they know a thing or two because they've been doing it for a long time. But perceived time doesn't mean that you're good at what you do. I'm going to be honest. I've seen people that have been doing this 30 years and they're not fucking good at what they do. They've been doing a lot of shit wrong. They're stuck in their old ways. They're not changing. And it's just, I see technicians that, like even when I do a service meeting and I'm talking to people about stuff, and I know I can see a person wants to ask a question, but then they look around and I'm like, hey, man, ask the question. Or they ask a question like, well, what if somebody doesn't know? Like, man, just say you don't know. Who cares? Who cares? I'm like, guys, I'm your boss. And if you ask me a question and God forbid I don't know the answer, then guess what? Then fuck it, we'll learn it together. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's just, do not be afraid to ask a question. And even if you're someone up here, like if I have somebody that works for me and we're doing something and they know what we're doing and I don't, hey man, tell me what you're doing. I don't care. It doesn't matter what your position is. Like, don't be afraid to learn something or say that you don't know something. I see this plague technicians all the time. Or what I see is they learn just enough to be dangerous. You guys have heard me say this probably a million times. They've learned just enough to be dangerous. They learn the basics, how to use their meter, basic electricity, a little bit about the refrigeration cycle. They learned a little chart, high pressure, low pressure gas. They learned that. All they look at is pressures. They don't look at superheat and subcooling, which I don't even understand because only looking at pressures is like looking at half the equation. But these people learn just enough to be dangerous. And part of that is going to be some of these business owners that are, hey, you have a heartbeat? Hey, man, here's the keys to your van. Here's your iPad. Have a good day. So it's not just on the technician, but you got to have a little bit more self-worth, a little bit more self-pride to want to make yourself better. It's the same thing I've always said when it comes to like sports. The good athletes do what they have to do at practice with their team, and then they go home and they practice individually. I remember coming home at night and I still have all my books, taking online courses, and that's how I found YouTube and all these kind of things because I wanted to be better. I wanted to know these things. I was sick and tired of walking up to something and not knowing what I was looking at. And to me, if you don't know how something works, how it operates, how it's supposed to work, then you cannot fix it. I think it happens with mini splits, with ductless systems all the time. People misdiagnose because they don't know what the fuck they're working on, but they're too lazy to educate themselves. There is so much great information. Craig Migliaccio, AC Service Tech, has amazing videos on them, breaking it down, telling you what the components are. And once you learn how to work on them, they're not really that hard. They're not that hard. That's why when people are like, can you come help me with a mini split? I'm like, okay, like, it's not really that bad. And speaking of that, I think I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm still learning. I'm always trying to learn and be better. But I actually called Craig Migliaccio on a call like 2 weeks ago, and he helped me solve the problem. I actually got to call him back and say thank you and let him know that he was right, of course. But I still asked for help. Even though I was right, I was on track to the right diagnosis. I just wasn't trusting myself. And I needed that confirmation from somebody else. Sometimes that's all it is. But I feel like you have to be putting in the work to make yourself better on your own time. You have to. Sadly, there's a lot of companies out there that are not driving you to be better. They're just worried about revenue, and they want that average ticket to be what it is. And you guys know that I'm about making money. That's business. But you can make money the right way. I do it. I've done it. I've built multi-million dollar businesses. You can do it the right way. Let's see what you fucksticks are saying in here. I share. Well, yeah, that's the way it should be, Jay. Jason Johnson, I share everything I've learned. It's the cell phones and the instant gratification. You got that right. And you know what? And speaking of that, that's why I have so much respect for these younger kids or anybody who shares their work on social media because of the vultures out there, that are going to be like, and I think Instagram is pretty good. That's why I love Instagram. It's not like Facebook where you post a video and people are just fucking chewing it apart. But it takes balls. It takes courage to be able to put your work on social media, to be proud of it and be like, hey, I did this. And I think that's awesome. And I love seeing some of these younger people doing that. The more that happens, it just means that our trade is going in the right direction. People that care about what they do, they're willing to share their work. And if somebody's doing a shit job, they're not going to share it. You know what I mean? So it means they care about what they're doing. They're willing to share it with their peers. And I love that. I love everything about it. I use ChatGPT to polish my service notes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's funny that you say that because some of these invoices that some of these texts, and they're like good texts, but I'm like, hey, the invoice is like what the customer sees. And I'm fine with people using talk to text, but please read the damn thing before you hit email. Some of these ones that and I am horrible with talk to text. Some of you that have my phone number that text me, you may get a message from me and be like, I don't know what the hell Gil was trying to say. So I get it with the talk to text. And I do that when I have to do an invoice, but I make sure that I read it before I send it. And I fix anything that didn't come out the way it was intended. Yeah, because sometimes these, I'm trying to think of some of the ones that popped up, but sometimes they're funny, and I have to go back and fix them. But it's not good when it's already sent to a customer. It just does not look very professional. Leon says, I'm probably the youngest in the chat. Well, what's up, man? We're all old men. I'm an old man. I just dyed my beard, make myself look younger. I mean, no, I mean, this is natural. So I meant to say, this is natural. I don't do this. This just comes out like that. I wake up like this. Born in 91. Scott's an old man. And the funny thing is if you've ever met Scott in person, like I have, Scott does not seem as old as he is, to be honest. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but he doesn't seem, when he tells you how old he is, you don't believe it. I didn't when he told me at first. My beard is older than Freon. Damn, everybody's showing their age now. Got Mr. Brian Sanders as in 91. I was a sophomore in high school. Mr. Rookie says my first kid was born in 93. What's up, Froggy? How old are you, man? Come on. You got to say it now. Obviously, I'm 42. You guys know how old I am. I have 4 children. I'm probably younger than some of you guys. Good drugs and whiskey. How you doing out there, Rook? You getting caught up in the No Kings riots? Really, you can make $12,000 a week out there burning down your own city. Don't worry, it'll be happening in Baltimore soon. We're the kings of burning our own shit down. 79. Ooh, man. So obviously, I was born in '83. My brother was born in '76, so he's a few years before Mr. Jason Johnson. Way to just tell secrets, rookie. Jesus, man. Oh, Mr. Sammy's in here. What's up, Sammy? I thought I saw your name. What's up, brother? Apple Store riots. Yeah, but the Apple Store's got those like alerts going off on the phones they stole where it's like, wah, wah, and people are just sitting them on the side of the road. Fucking morons. Hmm. But where you are, rookie, is it affecting you though? I mean, are you having to deal with that, like even like traffic jams, or are you away from that now? Because isn't Chris Stevens like he's down that way, isn't he? So doesn't that like that really affects him, doesn't it? I have to reach out to him. All that stuff is crazy, man. The whole riot stuff is just stupid. It's a fucking temper tantrum from a third of the population. And the way I feel, man, is hey, if you want to protest, even if I don't agree with what you're protesting, if I'm on the opposite side of what you're protesting, hey, man, that's your right to protest. Just don't be fucking stupid. Don't be beating up, trying to beat up cops and, burn down stores and shit. Like that's just peaceful protest. When you start doing this stuff and then you get shot in the nuts, which I saw that on something, some guy got shot in the nuts by a pepper spray gun. Hey, fuck around and find out. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Not even one little bit. Not yet, Sam. Surprisingly, I don't know this firsthand. Somebody told me they had one of the No Kings, um, like trying to stop one of the Beltway 695 goes around Baltimore, 495 goes around DC. Um, on 695, the Baltimore Beltway, apparently they were stopping traffic and people were doing the whole no kings bullshit or something. I don't know. I didn't see it, which I'm glad because normally I'm strapped. I will shoot a motherfucker quick and I will run you over. So you stand in front of me with signs. I am getting home. Do not get in my way. I'm just gonna put it like that. I'm not. I'm not gonna do that bullshit. Sad part is I live in this dumbass blue state that I'll probably get arrested and it'll be my fault. But whatever. Oh yeah, I saw that. So Jason says, "What about that civilian who laid a textbook tackle on a guy in front of the cops?" He did, man. He Bobby Boucher'd his ass. That was funny. He definitely did fucking drill him. That was hilarious. It's a crazy world we're living in, man. And you guys know me and how I feel. I will be on the news, Leon. That's what I'm afraid of. So I pray to God that I don't deal with any of that stuff. It doesn't get presented in front of me because I'm afraid that I'm going to make the wrong decision. I'm not going to be able to put up with stupidity like that. You just see that stuff and it's silly. It's just like grow up, man. Grow up. And the sad part is, no matter who you voted for or what your political beliefs are, when you do that, all you're doing is helping the opposite side. That is the best commercial that you could ever make to be on the opposite side. It really is. It's stupid. You're not even helping your cause. You're hurting the cause that you're trying to fight for by doing that. It's stupid. Yeah, Maryland's not. We have our senators going down to El Salvador to fight for illegal immigrants. You know, MS-13 gang members. It's just silly. It's silly. And I try not to get on here with political views, even though some of you probably agree with me. Some of you may not. So I try not to get into that. But, hey, if you want to come to America, that's fine, man. Come here and do it the right way. But it's called assimilation. You come here and you assimilate to our country, bring your heritage, and then become an American. That's a good question, Rookie. That's a very good question. We could probably do a whole podcast about that. I'm gonna put that up on the screen so everybody can see it. So my man Rookie said, "What makes Gil a good manager?" Flip the script. So are you asking me what makes me a good manager or what makes a good manager, Rookie? I guess I couldn't tell you what makes me a good manager. You would have to ask the people that work for me, which I probably am going to do an interview here soon with some people that have worked for me. My buddy Mo, who a lot of you guys have heard of. Mo's like my protege. I've known Mo for years. Met him when he was wet behind the ears, and Mo's an absolute fucking murderer now. He's a killer. Amazing technician. The guy's customer service is absolutely outstanding. He's a technician that'll do a couple $1 million by himself. But I am. I'm wearing shorts though. And no shoes. I was going laid back tonight. Well, I guess, I mean, it's hard to say. What I think makes me a good manager is I don't ask anybody to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. And I always try to prepare them. I try to teach them everything that I know. I want people to understand, like, even when I teach them something as basic as the refrigeration cycle, I want them to understand it, not just the bullshit chart, where, it's a low pressure, low temperature vapor. Then it's a high temperature, high pressure vapor. Then it's you know what I mean? Like, not just that, but I want them to truly understand the refrigeration cycle to a T, to the point that they walk up to a system. They know, like, when they look at their gauges, they can picture in their mind exactly what's going on in the system. To use everything to get all of the equation, that you want. Yes, your pressures. These people that are running around, they're still charging units based on pressures. Like, what are you doing? And my prime example is I remember walking up to a 410 system that had like a 135, 140 suction. Head pressure was like 370. And if you only looked at the pressures, you'd have been like, this thing's pretty good. It's not a problem. I pulled 5 pounds of refrigerant out of that system. And guess what? The pressures never fucking changed. My superheat and subcooling did. Like, teaching people to do things the right way. And if they don't know something, I always tell them, don't ever tell me that you know something you don't. I don't want you to do that to yourself. Because if you don't, then I know how to help you. And so education, I try to make sure that I educate them the best way that I possibly can. And I am always there for them. When they call, I answer the phone. I don't ever want them to feel like they're out there alone. I remember being a technician, being out there late, and, something happened. I can't get anybody to answer the phone, whether I didn't know how to fix what I was doing or I was in a goofy situation where I needed leadership. I needed someone to guide me on what to do. And you're out there by yourself. I fucking hated it. It was miserable. And I promised myself if I ever got into the position of management, I was never going to do that. I was going to be the manager that I never had. Not meaning that I had some good mentors. I'm not saying that I didn't, but I wanted to do all those little things. And I still have a lot of growing to do. I mean, I definitely do, but exactly. Your saturated temp is huge. And then just do things the right way. Take your time and do it right. people don't realize that the time that you take to cut corners, it would have been easier just to do it the right way. Like I love the video that Ty Brannaman made that is huge when he says, like when you're installing a residential system or any system for that matter, like that is the most important day of that system's lives. Chicken legs. Come on, boy. You want to see these legs in the gym? Come on, Brian Sanders. You better chill with that. Let me show you these calves. Come on, dog. Ooh, look at that. Sideways. Chicken legs. I've lost some weight, but it's funny they look skinny on camera because my legs are kind of thick, but but yeah, anyway, it's yeah, just doing things the right way. Oh, about installs, what I was saying. I'm sorry. Like how important like the vacuum process is. Like we can always come back and make airflow adjustments and some little things like that, refrigerant adjustments for that matter. But if you don't pull that vacuum proper the first time, that system is fucking destroyed. It's destroyed. Because if there's any moisture left in there, that moisture starts mixing with the refrigerant and the oil, it becomes acidic. That starts hitting the copper, inside of the compressor. You can never, ever get that out. Okay. That system is doomed from the day that it started. People that don't pull proper vacuums, if they're still brazing, they're not brazing with nitrogen. When a system starts, especially residential with the TXV, it starts to run and the TXV just moves minutely. You do something like the airflow is not right. I saw one where it was a 2-ton system with an 8-inch return. That's 300 CFM. 2-ton system needs minimum 8. I would say 1,000 is what I would do. I would go over the needed, to make it quiet. The damn TXV, when it goes wham, wham, and then you wonder why these brand new TXVs are going bad. Well, you caused it. It's not the TXV. This thing's a piece of shit. No, it's not. It's not the TXV's fault. It's not supposed to turn on the first time and go womp womp, open up, jam open or jam closed. That's not what it's meant to do. It's meant to make, minute adjustments. Yes, a good manager does keep a bottle of whiskey in the bottom drawer of his desk. And at minimum, a 9mm in his glove box. Normally it's a 45, but still. Nice. 12 CFM. There you go. You definitely need that for what you're doing. I can't say I disagree with you, Leon. But then again, yes, they have issues, but I've seen a lot of them where it's user error, to be honest. I do purge with nitrogen, but to be honest, all of our installers are using RLS, so we don't have to necessarily worry about purging with it. So one thing that we've been doing, we've been putting in so obviously we offer carrier systems, but we've been doing the Daikin Fit systems. Those things are actually pretty sweet. Like you can get a variable speed system at a pretty reasonable cost. Obviously the outdoor unit looks like the mini split outdoor unit. And then you have the normal indoor. But they're pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. And the bundles they're selling for right now are like actually really, really good priced. I've been telling friends and family, I'm like, hey, if you're not looking for a fancy system, these are the way to go because you can get a really nice system at a fair price. We've been slinging them like hotcakes, and people are actually getting variable speed capacity. So anybody watching this, if you happen to be a homeowner, you want variable speed capacity, you're going to be able to not only have the capacity to cool your home and heat your home, depending on if it's a heat pump or not, but you're also going to be able to dehumidify. So make sure you ask whoever is coming to your home about variable speed and ask them about the Daikin Fit system or something similar to it. Chat GPT. Mr. Zeke, what is up, buddy? I was just talking about you before earlier. Good to see you in here, my man. Jason, for some of the big stuff that you guys do, is it all like TXVs or are they using EEVs and stuff that big? It's normally just like the, thermal expansion valves, right? You guys getting busy yet, Zeke? I agree with you 100%, Leon. I've been saying that for years. That's awesome to hear, brother. I'm so happy for you, man. I'm happy that all worked out. That's the best part, man. The Band-Aid got pulled off and you didn't even have to do it. Really? That's awesome. That makes sense. That makes sense. EVs 98% of the time. That I guess now that you said that, that makes total sense. Sweet, man. Sweet. Yeah, we're booming, man. I've been out in the field. Got me out there sweating shit, man. I'm a pencil pusher now, all right? I like sitting in my office. Got me out there in these attics, sweating, fucking dripping from my ass crack, my bald head just running down. It's like torture. I don't want to do this anymore. But you got to suck it up, put a tampon in, rub your vagina, and move the fuck on. Older equipment has a TXV. Everything in the last 10 years has been EEVs. That's cool. I highly suggest if any of you watching this video or listening to this audio podcast, if you do not understand, two things. Go understand exactly how a TXV works, understand how it opens and closes, where that pressure, what that force comes from. Craig Migliaccio, AC Service Tech, has an amazing video for that. Shut up. And watch his video on EEVs and how they work. And a lot of you don't know, Craig has his website. He has some cool little training things that you can do for like your team if you want to, or also just for yourself. But he has one that you can take an EEV off an old unit if you know it works. And you can make this little test thing and with 9-volt batteries. Because I've used that trick in the field to be able to do stuff, to be able to tap the wires on the 9-volt batteries and be able to open that stepper motor to be able to test them. Or if I've had one that's been jammed, I've been able to open it to at least get the customer running until I can get the new one. Very, very cool. I highly suggest that any of you go check that out. Super educational video. I learned a lot myself. Sometimes before I do a class or teach something, I'll go freshen up to make sure that I have the latest and greatest information before I'm presenting that to the people I'm teaching. So, nah. Anybody have any crazy summer stories that have happened this yet? Anything crazy that has happened that you think that would be neat? Also, guys, remember, so a lot of you know I have canceled a lot of guests. So I am changing the show structure. It is going to be a lot more of this. It is going to be me talking to you guys. These shows are the most fun. So I have canceled a shit ton of guests. I sent out a mass email to a bunch of them. Just said, hey, I appreciate your interest. Changing the show, going in a different direction. And I've canceled a bunch of these shows. I will still have guests, but they are going to be people that are in the trade or they're going to be friends of mine talking about some technical topics. And I still do some of the business advice and stuff like that. It's just not going to be at the standard it was. What's up, Zeke? You know what, man? Hey, all you got to do is send me an offer, brother, and I would be there tomorrow. You know that. I'm down with red. That was my dad's favorite color. So maybe it's a sign. Um, but yes, and moving forward, I'm going to have the phone lines open every show. So if anybody does want to call in, I'm going to start promoting it more. So it's going to be the phone line, and I also have the uncensored, neglected text line. So you guys can text this number throughout the week, and I will read the funniest ones. So you can tell me to go fuck myself. You can send me a video of what you got going on, whatever it is that you want to send. And I will hold on. Where is the hmm? Why do I not have the phone number on this one? Here, let me see if it'll let me. Let me see if it'll let me add it while we are live on the show. Let's see here. Uh, it's pathetic that I always forget the damn number. There it is. Put up. It's better if I just make this now anyway. So I put it up and it stays on the screen. Uh, do, 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 do. There we go. Put it up in the corner. So I actually got to make sure that this is even 1-900 Tushy Tickle. Yeah, that's afterwards, man. That's afterwards. Let me make sure that this is even connected. There we go. So the phone is connected. So God forbid any of you want to call in, you can. But yes, you can also text this number. It is going to be the neglected text line. So text throughout the week. I will not have the phone on me, so don't expect me to answer you back. I don't carry this phone with me all the time, but yeah, send a text message, man. If something funny happens, let me know what you're doing. Check in, and I will read them. The ones that are the funniest, I will make a video and post about it. And are you being serious, Jason? You got me trying to call this. Nah, it's not, you son of a bitch. I just called it. Jason got me. I was like, man, I paid that motherfucking bill. What are you talking about? And they're actually two different services. So I have T-Mobile for like my personal stuff, only because they're Magenta military plan, and this one is on AT&T with some other stuff. So I have two different ones. You almost have to here. Cell service sucks at my house right now. I hate this fucking house, but I'm trying to move. I'm looking. It's easier said than done. No. I don't know why I'm just messing with shit right now and I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go back to putting that here. We'll put that up in the corner. There we go. Anyway, I do, man. Well, hey, young, just to be fair, I didn't know that I was going to buy this house and then a year later get divorced. All right. So way to hit me in a soft spot. Jesus, you piece of shit. It's like, yeah, no, man. And it sucks. Definitely don't want to have to, but it is what it is. But you live and you learn, man. I'm not sure exactly where I want to go next. So that's the hard part. Um, whether I want to go back to where I'm technically from, closer to that area, or kind of like in the middle. Do I want to go over the bridge where Zeke is, like closer to my brother? Like, that's what I'm trying to decide now before I pull a trigger. Even though I'm not going to buy anything next, I'm going to rent something. Um, you know, I'm going to take a hit on this house, buying it and selling it so fast. I'm going to lose a shit ton of money, but right about now, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm just excited to move on with the next chapter of my life and see what happens, you know? Yeah. You ain't wrong, Rook. You ain't wrong. Sad part is as much as I'm annoyed about some of the things with the house, it's not as worse as but you will never hear me say anything ill about you know who. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking about, Jason. But the only thing is then I'm farther away. I'm far away from where I work again. And like right now, I drive an hour and a half each way. So that's the part of the thing where I'm just trying to think about for my daughters and when me and my ex would, wife do actually split because we're in the same home right now. Some of you may know that, some of you may not. Um, just trying to stay civil and yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Well, I do have an inverter system here, but no, I don't have two infinity systems like the one house. Um, no, I have one Lennox inverter here. But speaking of that, I was taking my trash cans around. They were left out from Thursday. Yes, I'm a lazy piece of shit. Sorry. Normally Tyler does it and he's out being 19, I guess. So he's not home to take care of trash cans. But I walked past my unit and just happened to look at the coil and I was like, ugh. I was like, yeah, no. So I squirted it out with water really, really good. And I think I actually have some coil cleaner and shit in the basement on the other side of the studio. So I might go out there tomorrow on Father's Day and chemically clean my coil. So that'll be a fun Father's Day. But anyway, going to close the show out here soon. Speaking of that, dude, I do wish every single one of you out there that are fathers a happy Father's Day. It's anybody. Well, happy Father's Day and be a dad, but anybody can birth a child. Not anybody can raise children. So I have three children that I've produced. My younger son is my stepson. Technically, in the letters of the law, as far as I'm concerned, he's my son. But it takes a real man to raise a child and to do what's right. So any of you out there that are doing that, fucking nothing but love and respect for you. You guys got anything planned for Father's Day? Anybody do anything fun tomorrow? Close out the show with some Father's Day stuff. My mama, I'm glad to see her. My mom's been in the kitchen. She made dinner a couple of times this week, which is absolutely amazing. But for tomorrow, I like sometimes just like the summertime foods. Like she made me like, macaroni salad, pasta salad, deviled eggs, and then like what is it called? Like I forget what it's called when it's just like tomatoes, cucumbers, and like tomato salad. I think is what it's called. She made that kind of stuff for me. So we'll probably just do some grilling and shit tomorrow. It'll be a good time. Hopefully a BJ in the store. Hey, man. Hope you get it, my man. Hope you get it. Try to be a stay-at-home dad. Hey, man. That's why when we go back to the moving part, why I'm trying to decide where to move. Hey, Rudy, just work. What's up, man? I am still an ass. Yeah, Mama's also, man. She's been doing good. Um, but yeah, that's the thing about moving that I'm trying to think about is my commute. Because when me and my ex actually do split, I'm not going to have somebody there just being able to watch my daughters until I get home. So I'm going to have to pay for some kind of like aftercare. And I want to make sure that I'm there to be able to spend that time with them. So that's also why I'm putting in these hours now while I can, because I'm not going to be able to do it then. Udi? Pretty sure that's an R. Should be a Rudy. All is well, brother. I hope that everything is well with you too, my man. But guys, I'm going to start closing this out, man. I really am, dude. Thank you guys for being here on a Saturday night, man. Just so you know, the shows are designated for Wednesday nights. Obviously, last week, nothing happened, and I don't ever want that to happen. But if God forbid you don't see me on Wednesday, you will see me Friday or Saturday. I will make sure that there's a show. And now I can do that because it is just me. I don't have any guests booked. And I'm pretty sure that I canceled all. I don't think I have any guests booked right now. I stopped sending out invitations because I like doing these shows. And to be honest, unless I start seeing like downloads and stuff dip, this is what I'm going to keep doing. And normally I don't have anybody booked right now. I canceled everyone. I think there's a few later in the year, but thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, bro. And remember, fathers matter. I'm wearing this shirt tomorrow, so if you see me make a video, I'm not a fucking dirtball. I told you that I was going to wear this for the podcast. This is my shirt for tomorrow, all right? But anyway, I do appreciate you guys. I do wish each and every one of you a happy Father's Day, man. I know all of you guys in here are good dudes, you're good people, you're good guys. And I appreciate you guys so much for coming in here when I have these shows, especially when you don't know when I'm going to have them, you know, when they just pop up like this. And I appreciate it. Yeah, cancel culture. It's all good. Oh, these posts were back. You weren't booked, nasty, you fucking liar. You're more than welcome to come on, man. Like I said, I'll still have guests and I'll still have friends on. I'm just not having some of those other ones. They just started getting monotonous. They weren't fun. Obviously, if any of my sponsors want to come on, that's they pay for that, so I got to let them come on. But I love all those people, so they'll make good shows. But if any of my friends want to come on, you're more than welcome. And at some point, I do want to get back to having the hangouts. I just can't do it right now, and I don't want to tell you guys I'm going to do something I can't do because I just hate doing that. So, yeah. With that being said, man, I'm going to close this mofo out, guys. Please keep your head on a swivel, man. I want you guys to drive. I want you to be safe out there. All right. I want each and every one of you to make it home the same way that you left. All right. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy or girl. Keep trying to be the best version of yourself. Never stop learning is part of the topic today. Okay. Don't let your pride be what holds you back in this industry. Ask that question. If you don't know, ask the question. All right. If you don't get the answer you want or the answer you think that is right, search for it yourself. You have so much information at your fingertips today, whether it's a computer, an iPad, a cell phone, whatever it is. Watch a video, listen to a podcast, take an online course, whatever it is. Keep trying to learn, because once you actually figure this out and you get pretty good at it, don't stop learning, But that's when you start to really have fun at this. You get to go figure out those problems that nobody else can figure out, and you get to put that notch on your belt. I love that feeling. Yes, they suck at the time. You're frustrated. You're like, man, but when you get done, you're like, I got it. I got that motherfucker. Like, I fixed it. 3 other companies came out here and they couldn't fix it, but guess what? I fixed it. That's when you start having those kind of moments. You start to really enjoy this. Let yourself, I want all of you to have that moment. But you have to put in the work to get to that. It doesn't just come. It's not just, oh, I've been doing it 20 years. It comes. No. I know some technicians that have been doing this like 5 years, but they studied their ass off. And now they're that kind of technician, and more power to them. I want each and every one of you to be that technician. All right. Put in that work. All right. Help the next generation. Help somebody that you know more than them. Take care of your brothers and sisters in this trade. Whether it's teaching them or it's just giving a shit about other people. All right. Give back. I always say you put positivity out in the world. That's what you're going to get back. All right. Enough preaching. With that being said, man, I love you, mofos. Until next week, I'll talk at you then. Oh, almost forgot to say, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on all the social media sites so you stay up to date on everything that I have going on. With that being said, I'm done. Happy Father's Day. I love all you guys. Be safe. I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.